Okay, we're going to start a new series here at AGI on our YouTube channel. It's called About AGI. It's going to get you a little introduction about our people, our culture, and essentially our careers here at AGI. Some of the other material on our YouTube channel is of the serious nature, but this one here is going to be a little bit more lighthearted. And to get an idea of what that is, here's an interview that we did last summer with some of our interns.
Hey everybody, I'm Josh. I'm here at AGI with some of our summer interns that are going to talk to us a little bit about what it's like working for a software company outside of Philadelphia area. So we're going to go around the room here and I'm going to introduce everybody. First to my left, I'll go this way. I got Franco, welcome. Mm-hmm. Phil, welcome. Catherine, Maya, thanks for joining us. I can't wait to hear about your experience. And the one that you don't see over there, there's the invisible intern on the far side. I'm not sure if he's actually here or not. We never really know. So you guys, today is your last day here at AGI. Mm-hmm. Did you have a good time?
Absolutely.
Great time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So tell me about it. What made it awesome?
The people, I think, above, as cheesy as that is. I mean, AGI is just a great place for a lot of reasons. You have, of course, the free meals, and I think every intern can agree that was a nice
It's better than the dining hall?
Yes.
A little bit better than the dining hall, yeah.
Was that something you expected? You knew about, you guys interviewed here before, so you
they advertised the free food stuff at the career fairs.
Push that hard.
Yeah, especially Michael.
Yeah.
So we knew coming in, but I think the people was something that we didn't really know about. Just the caliber of individuals here, always willing to help each other, is a great aspect of working here.
Wow, that's very nice.
Yeah, the fact that everyone's on first name basis with each other all the way up to the CEO is pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't get that in a lot of other companies, whether they're defense companies or otherwise. So, Franco, where did you go to school?
So I
go to school.
Yeah,
still
I
go
still
to school.
go to Georgia Tech.
Okay.
Just like Phil here.
All right. I don't need to ask Phil that question.
Right.
Thanks for taking my answer.
Yeah, sorry, dude. Still your spotlight.
Catherine?
I'm at the University of Michigan.
Okay. Maya?
I go to Tuskegee University.
Yeah.
Very cool. So all you guys are aerospace engineers, is that true?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's great. That's great. So why did you pick aerospace? I'm looking at you, Maya. Just something you've always loved?
Well, yeah, when I was introduced to it in middle school, I got involved in extracurriculars that focused on STEM, and then that led to space. That led to space camp. That led to...
Oh, so you went to space camp?
Yeah, I did.
Awesome. You still have your uniform?
Yeah, I got the shirt that they gave us.
Okay. Didn't they used to give you like a flight suit?
Not at the space camp I went to.
Very cool.
Yeah, well, I got into it, going into college, I wanted to do engineering. No idea what I wanted to do. So at Michigan, we're required to take an intro to engineering design class. Mm-hmm. And I took the aerospace section because it was building blimps from scratch. That sounded really cool, really interesting.
Did you finish your blimp?
Yeah, we actually won first place in the speed competition. So really cool team. And from that, it was just like I fell in love with the aero department and the professors and everything. And I've always been interested in space, and it was just a natural, let's major in aerospace.
So, Franco, I hear that you, Maya was telling me that you wrote us a song that you're prepared to sing for us now. Is that true? Go ahead. It's all you. We're all waiting for it.
All right.
The AGI fight song.
All right. AGI, have to say goodbye. I'll never tell a lie. You are my sweetest guy.
That was great. And I didn't even plan that for you.
Acapella.
No, you didn't.
All right. I don't need
I think you're going to be...
sweetest pie would have been a little
Sweetest pie would have been fantastic.
If I can offer a little bit of feedback.
No, I appreciate that feedback. Freestyling is not my
That's
not
pretty...
my forte,
that was amazing. Good job. That was
do what I could. No shame. Anyone else need a crack at it? Or?
I'll pass.
You sure?
You can be the song
I think
guy.
Josh was really enthusiastic about the idea.
I'm going to buy your first, and second, and third albums. So I'll buy them all. They're awesome. That's neat. So this is your first internship for everybody here?
Third.
Second.
Okay. How did this differ from the other ones?
It was a lot more team-oriented. My last internship, I was just kind of working on my project by myself, kind of in the corner of the office. And this internship, it's because we're on the support team. It's very collaborative, lots of talking, lots of energy, lots of fun.
So tell me about what it's like being on the support team, because I think when you hear, we're on the it used to be called tech support. We don't really call it that anymore. But it's like tech support. That sounds like I'm going to be telling people how to plug in their computers and stuff.
When
like that.
when I
But
describe
it's not that.
when I describe what it is I do, I say glorified tech support.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it is. We are supporting customers using technical products, but it's not. Some of it is, how do I install the software? Which in and of itself is not a super straightforward process, and it's a pretty common question. But it's things as simple as that to as complicated as, hey, I've got like 17 different satellites in an orbit that are actual space assets that we're modeling accurately with this software. And I want to know when I'm going to have coverage and how much access I'm going to have to each of these satellites. Oh, also, how do I do a link budget? Oh, also, how long are these things going to be in orbit for?
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
So you guys were not just making sure that people could run the software, but like get it installed and run like that. But they were you were answering actual aerospace questions of real people out there using the software.
And it gives you a really wide breadth of what it is the software is used for and the kinds of things that go on in the industry. And not all of it is space. So that's another kind of misconception I think about SDK is that it used to be called Satellite Toolkit, but it's really multi-domain analysis of multiple systems, ground, land, sea, air, space.
How much of that did you know before you came here about the product, Maya? Like, were you aware of what the product did, or were you just kind of like, oh, this place sounds pretty cool?
I was aware. I took a satellite design course the semester before, and they required us to get our L1 and L2 certifications before we, finished.
So you were already ramped up.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
That's great. That's great. How about you, Catherine?
Well, I knew generally what STK was, but the first time I ever opened it was the second day of the internship.
Why didn't you open it on the first day?
There was a lot of onboarding meetings. First chance I could was second day.
It's all that food, and you're down at the gym, and you're having a good time. So.
Yeah.
That's great.
But really cool experience getting to know the software as in depth as we have, and even though it's a steep learning curve, it's a fast one to learn.
That's awesome. So I want to hear about what you guys actually did this summer. I know you weren't just eating food and goofing off the whole time and shooting each other with Nerf darts. So Maya, I'm going to start next to you with Catherine. Catherine, can you tell me about what you actually worked on when you were actually doing work?
So as we mentioned, we're all on the support team, so we're supporting customer cases, but we all had a capstone project that we worked on that was 25 to 50% of our time. And Maya, Phil, and I had the opportunity to choose which one we worked on. And I updated our Orbit Tuner plugin, which is a plugin to SDK that you can use slider bars and type in elements or type in values to change the orbital elements of a satellite and have it repropagate and update on the 3D window.
So it's a super simple way to design a satellite. And you
basically,
help update that.
Yeah. And so
that's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of people use that.
Yeah,
That's great.
it's really big in our educational partners, so that was really cool to be able to work on. And so I fixed some bugs and then also added in the feature to be able to see the Keplerian elements on the screen as vectors and angles.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Good work.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Maya, what did you get to work on this summer?
I also worked on cases. For my capstone, I focused on improving the orientation methods page. It didn't give a very in-depth explanation of how to use the different orientation methods in SDK, or just like background on that. So I focused more so on the math side, explaining how that stuff works and what it would best be used for, like when you should use this method versus another one.
Awesome. So helping clearly communicate something to the users that you knew from using the software.
Yeah.
Very cool. Phil, I'm looking at you. Good job, Maya.
Thank you.
Phil, what did you work on? I know what you worked on.
Yeah, we just filmed it a couple days ago.
We did.
Yeah,
we did a product
so,
demo of it. So,
yeah,
but not everybody here has seen that. So go ahead and give us a quick
rundown.
rundown.
I was looking at mega constellations, or large constellations as they're increasingly called, and learning how to analyze and design them in SDK. That workflow hadn't really been established yet, and because this is such a hot topic in the industry right now, I mean, you've got people like SpaceX, OneWeb, Kepler, they're all doing these large constellations of satellites wanting to blanket the Earth with internet coverage.
Yep.
So I was using SDK to analyze how would these constellations or proposed constellations possibly interfere with communications infrastructure that already exists or more conventional infrastructure like cell towers, geostationary satellites, things like that. And additionally to that, so one of the good things about AGI, you can, and as you know probably better than anyone, you can kind of float around and do different things. So aside from my normal tech support stuff and my capstone, I actually got to go out to a conference in Seattle, the New Space Conference, and do a little bit of business development work, which is something that I was interested in. And yeah, I mean, that was something else that really stood out to me about this internship. It's just letting the interns to do things that they're interested in and try different things out.
Very cool. And so you're kind of on the leading edge of all this whole new space renaissance, is doing analysis on the mega constellation stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of neat problems that everybody has to figure out with that still.
Yeah.
Very cool.
For sure.
Franco.
So, I mean, like everyone else, worked on cases, but as far as my individual project, actually it was a unique situation because it wasn't an individual project, it was a team project. The only group, I guess, project out of all the support interns. So myself and 4 other people have been working on, and they are still working on the capstone. And essentially, from an STK side of things, we are creating a scenario that's an air-launched vehicle. So essentially, plane launches from Vandenberg Air Force Base and raises to a desired altitude, drops a launch vehicle, which then takes off and then finally drops a satellite in space, which I then place into a desired orbit and station keep in that orbit, and then comms communications are executed from that satellite. And that's the essential concept of the SDK model. So we're still working on the whole integration piece of it and using a third-party tool, Model Center from Phoenix Integration, and hopefully going to get everything completely connected and be able to execute some trade studies on the mission.
Very cool.
And
awesome. Again, on the leading edge of the digital mission engineering stuff is kind of the new way that people need to start designing things is thinking of the big picture at the beginning instead of getting stuck with some design flaw that they can't correct for in the future. Cool. And would you guys say you were treated differently as interns, or do you think it's just like being treated like an employee?
We were absolutely, I think, treated like full-time employees from the very get-go. I mean, we were, they took us out to happy hour with the whole team, and when we got here, is just kind of like making an introduction to everyone and sit in on all the meetings, voice our opinions on things, just the same as any full-timer, work the same exact cases. I mean, there's really not any difference, I think, between us and full-time people aside from just where we sit. So
The fact that we're here 3 months instead of however long.
Right.
yeah.
Phil, do you think you would recommend this job this internship to one of your friends?
I think absolutely, but I will say that it really depends. You definitely need a certain type of attitude to succeed at AGI. I mean, every company says, like, oh yeah, we're a company that has fun. AGI is actually a company that has fun. I mean, we've got Nerf darts going all around the office all the time upstairs.
So we have a serious subject matter for the market space that we're in, but like you said, we do like to have a good time and
No, we do.
blow off some
We
steam,
do,
and there's
absolutely.
Nerf wars.
Yeah, and there's all other kinds of fun stuff. We got to go karting just as a little intern outing, and but that comes at the price of it is a very fast-paced environment, and you need to take pride in the kind of work you do, and you need to sign that with the quality of what it is you're doing. So it is a great internship for any young professional in the aerospace and defense industry if they're serious about wanting to be in this industry and wanting to contribute to something huge. I mean, it's a very small company for the impact that it has. I think that's another thing that really surprised me when I started here, but it's very fulfilling work, very rewarding.
Awesome. Anybody else have anything to add to that? Would you recommend it to a friend? Yes or no? Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
I would say definitely, and I already have. I have
there
a
you go.
friend who
Thank
was very close to being a summer intern here, and then he actually went on a study abroad, but now he's like a little bit jealous of the experience I've had here, and so I think he's going to apply, for a later semester and maybe next summer or something. So
Awesome.
I will speak very highly of it, of course.
All right, Franco, just in your own words, obviously, in 1,000 words or less, can you talk about U.S. space policy and what it means to the world economy of 2025 and beyond?
No.
You said you didn't mind being messed with, so that's good. All right. Did you guys have anything else that you wanted to add? I appreciate your time coming in here. We're going to miss you. Thank you for your great work this summer.
I would like to add something.
All right.
I just want to take a moment on behalf of myself and all of the interns to say thank you to you guys. I mean, this has been the best experience I could have imagined or asked for. I had wishes and hopes for this internship, and all of those were met and more and exceeded. So I really have benefited a lot from this experience and feel like I've grown professionally, personally, and in many, many different facets. So I couldn't be happier with the experience I've had. So thank you to AGI.
Wow. You just made it very heartfelt. Good job.
I saw you messing with the slider there. I knew what was coming.
But thank you very much for those kind words. That was great. We really appreciate you guys being here, coming across from different places of the country. I know it's not easy to go that far away in the summer from your family and friends. Great job, everybody. Thanks for contributing, and look forward to seeing you again in the not too distant future, I hope.
That's right.
Great. Thanks, Josh.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, then, there you go.